Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are and however you are listening. Welcome to Fruit Blenders Podcast. On this episode, we will be discussing paying it forward and what it means to pay forward. So, paying it forward is an expression for when the recipient of an act of a kindness does something kind for someone else rather than simply accepting or repaying the original good deed. So, it's about a person's kindness to oneself by being kind to somebody else. I will take the support I have had and try to pay it forward whenever I can. Listen, there's a lot of ways to pay forward. Paying it forward can do a lot, and it can benefit a lot of people in many ways. It just doesn't have to be about money, paying for things, just do something kind for somebody. Just do something kind. I mean, there's reasons why you should pay it forward, because not a lot of people are having a good day, a good night, they never had a good day at work or anything. It could be anything. They could be stressing out, going through some things that we all don't know. But when you become kind to somebody and pay it forward, there's a lot that could come back to you in a positive way. And remind you, 'tis the season of giving. But when you're feeling overwhelmed and you're struggling with your mental health, the reality is that you're probably not making much about other people. You're not thinking much about other people. And that's totally fine. It's fine. It's not selfish to focus on yourself when you need to. When you need to do it the most. But taking a little bit time and doing something for someone else can potentially help how you're feeling. Number one, I'd say when you do something good for somebody, our brain reacts to it in a certain way. The chemicals in our brains, they can change. If you ever done something kind for someone else, you probably know the euphoric feeling. You've passed it forward. Afterwards, you smile. Your facial expression changes. You did something good for somebody. The weight gets off your shoulder. There's actually a name for that. It's called helper's high. And researchers show that when you help someone, there's a process that happens in your brain that releases serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin. The feel-good chemicals. So the reward of your, the center of your brain is started, and you get rush endorphins, and it makes you feel happier. It makes you feel great. 2, you can give in so many different ways. Nothing has to come out of your pocket. The act of kindness can sometimes mean giving your time and money. Hey, donations. Hey, sometimes people will take donations. And that can steer a lot of people away. But there's a lot of studies that show, hey, acts of kindness don't need to include face-to-face interactions or monetary donations at all. While those larger actions can still have their own unique benefits, you're still improving your mental health by just calling someone you love or saying thank you to a stranger. In my life, I've learned 2 things. Be respectful and be kind. Always say thank you and you're welcome. Also, excuse me. Don't forget about excuse me. When there's somebody in your way, always say excuse me, thank you, you're welcome. Number 3, kindness builds on itself. Remember that. If you think of compassion like music, you gotta dance to the rhythm. If you think of about, your muscles, every time you do something for someone else, that stretches the muscle a little bit more. And acts of kindness, it gets easier. It's like music, just dance to it, let your juices flow. It can actually become an instinct to respond to others in a helpful, kind, compassionate way. So you start to reap the benefits of kindness more and more often with less effort. Let's be real here. We all stress. Everybody stresses out. Everybody's going through something, and there's nothing you can do about it unless you change the script. Flip it around. Studies have found that people who show kindness and concern for others had a 23% lower level of, cortisol, so the stress hormone, compared to the average population. You've got a natural stress reliever just by showing compassion for someone else. That's it. Joy. Happy. Kindness. It changes how you view yourself. It does. The minute you walk away from what you had to pay forward, it changes how you view yourself. Because studies show that random acts of kindness can also improve your feelings of self-esteem and self-worth. You know how much you're worth, so you're gonna have to pay it forward, because not a lot of people have much, so the other person can have less, or they're struggling, they need help. And some people also report a stronger sense of meaning and purpose after acting out of compassion. It has been reported that. So be kind, get out there, do something nice for somebody, rake the neighbor's leaves, or mow the lawn, or walk somebody across the street, share some books, anything kind. Also, just remember that when you pay it forward, it gets you out of your head, out of your own head. If only for the one selfless moment, I should say, your mind isn't worried, stressed, sad, angry, whatever it may be. Instead, you're focused on what you're doing for someone else. In those minutes, your brain will be thinking about the good things that you are doing for something outside of yourself, your comfort zone. And the connections you're making. Let's talk about that. The connections you're making with other people. The good stuff starts immediately. This isn't one of the best things where you have to put in serious effort before you see results. Paying it forward can benefit you. The second you act with compassion, you'll start to feel better intensely. You will. So, I have a few stories, but I'm only gonna, tell you guys a few, just one or two or three maybe. So there was one day where my cousin came out here, flew from Oregon, and we spent a lot of time together. We spent a lot of time together, and one day, we just decided, hey, if we're gonna go somewhere, let's think about, because I don't want to, I don't want to drive you all over the place, or I don't want to walk all over the place, and I don't want to do too much because you're a guest in my state, and I want to make sure that you're comfortable, and I don't want to make you tired because we got a lot of activities to do anyways, so why risk it, right? So when he came out here one day, we're like, hey, you know what, there's a corner store up the street that we could go grab some, supplies or whatnot. And he said, okay. So we were walking, and we see this guy, this elderly citizen in a wheelchair, and He's trying to go backwards with his wheelchair from a steep hill. He's going up, but the hill's steep. Just by the airport, Salt Lake City Airport, right by there, that steep hill that leads down all the way to the Holiday gas station, or Love's, I should say. Yeah, Love's. And me and him are walking. We see this guy struggling. We don't know who he is. I don't know who he is for sure. I don't know who he is. He's just a stranger. I'm sure he's kind. He's got things going on, but we're not worried about what he's going through. We're just worried about how he's gonna get there. Well, I'm worried about how he's gonna get there. So I ask him. Actually, I don't even ask him anything. I see him struggling. I just take my hands, place him on a wheelchair. Boom! I'm pushing him up all the way to the hill. And I'm asking him personal questions, like, getting to know him and, hey, where you from? What are you doing out here? Where are you trying to go? He's like, oh, lost my house, this and that. I don't have my family down here. Everybody's upstairs in Tooele. And I'm like, whoa, you're out here with a wheelchair in Salt Lake City? You trying to go to Tooele? You trying to hitchhike to Tooele? He's like, yeah, and I didn't get nothing. I didn't get way too personal about a lot of things, but we spoke. We had a decent conversation. Anyways, he's like, hey, you're a kind gentleman, and I don't know who you are. What can I do for you? I'm like, yeah, nothing. You don't gotta do nothing. This is out of courtesy. This is out of kindness, and I love helping people out. That's the one thing about me, is I love helping people out. I may have my own problems, but I always have a time to help somebody else. I love it. I'm a people's person, and so. Me and this gentleman, we have that conversation, and my cousins look at me like, damn, like, man, dude, did you just do that? I was like, yeah. He's like, why'd you do it? I don't know. It just, something just told me that I had to help this gentleman out. So, my cousin was so proud of me. He's like, yo, man, you inspire me. You really do inspire me sometimes. You're full of surprises. I never thought you would help somebody, a stranger that you don't even know. I'm like, hey, man, this is what we do. This is what our family does. We help people. So he was very proud of me, and he felt inspired and motivated. He's like, thank you. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome, man. It's nothing much. That's what I can do right now. But anyways, yeah, like, I have a lot of stories where I help a dozen of people. When you do help people without even paying a price, it really does feel like you've done something great. I was happy that day. I really was happy that day. I dropped everything. My shoulders were loose. The weight was off my shoulders. I was smiling. I felt good about myself. I just did the right thing. And yeah, when you do something good for somebody else, it pays a lot. In upcoming days, upcoming weeks, months, years, it's gonna come back to you because you did something great for somebody. Just remember that. Also, just because you don't have the funds, the right donations, the vehicle, the house, the shelter, whatever it may be, the food, doesn't mean that you can't pay it forward. You can always pay it forward. Okay? We as humans, as one race, we must come together. We must make each other better. And I just want to say thank you to all those people. Whether we ended up on bad terms or good terms, I just want to say thank you for being in my life and always trying to help me out. It may not show that I didn't care, but I do. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate your time. I appreciate the help you've given me, the times, you've fed me, the times you give me rides, the times you vented to me or let me vent to you. Thank you to those whom I've been around. Even the guys know. Like, thank you. Everybody in my circle, thank you so much for taking care of me when the days I needed help. when those times I had no place to go. Thank you. And I want to wrap it up soon here, but remember to thank every single individual who has helped you in your life, who has paid it forward. And now you need to do a little favor. You need to go pay it forward. It is the month of giving. It's the holidays, but hey, you don't always have to give during the holidays. You can always give somebody. It doesn't even have to have a price on it. Just pay it forward. That's all it takes. Anyways, ladies and gents, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone, for listening and for tuning in. I just wanted to, spread some positive things. Paying it forward. Let's not forget about that. Paying it forward. Always pay it forward. Thank you. Like I always leave you. I appreciate you for your time. I appreciate you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. You have a great day, great night, great extended time with your family. Enjoy your friends, enjoy your pets, everything, whatever you got. Enjoy it, and don't forget to be thankful. Okay, pay it forward. Pay that back. Thank you for tuning in to my podcast. You have a wonderful